Welcome to another episode of Sip to the Script. I'm your humble host, Young Sika and Fafi. Man, we have a really important guest tonight, man, a pioneer in the city, someone that we don't have to give any introduction. If you do not know him, get out under your rock, my nigga, and please do your research. DJ Tdot.
What up?
Man, not much, man. How you been, bro?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Yeah, man, we're doing good. Yeah, for the viewers, man, would you mind letting them know what you're sipping on today?
Oh, you already know it's that Hennessy.
It's that strong, yeah? Okay. Well, guys, DJ Tdot, just to start the interview real quick, do you mind knowing, for those that really don't know, that have been hiding under a rock, what's your occupation and why are you so pivotal for the city?
I'm a DJ. I've been DJing for a lot of my life, pretty much since I was young. Mm-hmm. I'm on a lot of radio stations. I'm on the biggest one in Ottawa, Hot 89.9, as well as 3 other radio stations across Canada. So I'm syndicated. We're one of the only DJs in Canada that got a syndicated radio show.
Talk your shit.
I mean, so
yeah, light work, light flex.
You know, and then at the same time, I got people, you know.
Yeah, people. Yeah, it's a small thing, eh?
Some light.
Wow. For those that don't know you, that might want to get in touch with you, do you mind dropping your government real quick, just so people know what it is?
You already know it's Tyrell Henry on Instagram, Facebook, all of that. You can find me under DJ Tdot.
All right, cool, man. So, where are you from? Just for those that might not know.
So my background, I'm Guyanese and Trinidadian. My mom was Guyanese, my dad was Trini. Okay. I am born in Canada. I was born in Calgary, and then I moved out to Ottawa when I was young.
Okay. And so that means the household was real strict. You know that? Because I feel you, because I'm Haitian and parents don't play, man.
Don't play.
Don't play at all. Nah. And so you were from Calgary and then you moved down to Ottawa, approximately like.
I got down here like kindergarten, so right when kindergarten started, pretty much.
Okay. Where'd you move to?
In the West. In Ottawa, I've lived everywhere. That's kind of how I know everybody. So I moved in the West. I've been in the West, like Lincoln Fields, Carling area. I was there until maybe grade 7. Then I moved out to the East, and I did grade 7 in the East, and then I moved out to the South. I did grade 8 in the South, and then Barhaven.
Wow, you really moved on.
Yeah, you moved everywhere. Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, hold up, my bad. What school did you go to? Because you say you went to grade 7 in the East. So from there,
I was at Queen E.
Queen Elizabeth.
So I was there for grade 7, and then grade 8 went to Barhaven, Mother Teresa, and then was there for the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you moved to Ottawa when you were young. So basically, do you consider yourself an OT man?
100%
Okay,
OT,
cool. So yeah, if you haven't heard of this show before, like we're just trying to put on as much as people from the city as possible, because man, like in terms of like exposure in the city, like we have a lot of talent, we have a lot of people that are doing things, but it's not necessarily broadcasted outside of the city. So man, I appreciate again for you just to show up and giving us this time, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Appreciate that. So let's dive right into it. You know, in terms of music and stuff like that. How was your DJ come up? You know what I mean? Like, can you mind taking us through that? Because a lot of people know you just from figure, but they might not know who you are.
Honestly, I love music. I don't know what it is. I've always loved music, and the people I used to hang around always liked music. So we used to go to these all ages jams way back in the day, and it got to a point where we're going and we're paying to get in. And I know everybody that's in there, and they're coming and saying what's up to me because I know everybody because I moved everywhere. And I'm like, yo, these tracks he's playing are older and da-da-da-da. So me and my boys are kind of talking trash about how it could set up and how we can make it go on. And we're young, you know. We're like 12, 13 years old, but we're still like, we could do this. And then my mom knew a guy who owned a restaurant. So he kind of said, you know what, I close at this time. I'll give it to you. Kind of made flyers on like some colored paper.
No way.
Went hand to hand. And
how old were you around that time?
13.
13?
Yeah.
You started to come up when you were 13?
Yeah.
That's savage.
I've been sleeping then. I'm not doing right then. I'm not doing my shit.
Yo,
what you mean? 13?
I always had that motivation when I was in high school that I wanted to buy lunch every day. And I never wanted to ask my mom for the loot.
Yeah,
so when I'm DJing and getting all these people to pay, like, yo, the first party we didn't think money. We just wanted to have beer girls show up and have the mans chill, you know, get a little 1-2 bubble. So we're throwing these parties and we're thinking, you know what, we're just going to charge $2 to get in. Everybody get in. We're having 300 people, 350 show up. So me, I'm a young boy with that much money. The guy that put us on and had us there, he was taking control of the money and he would just break me off a little piece. So me, I'm young. I'm thinking I'm getting it, but really he was getting it off of us, but we still thought, you know, it was good.
Man,
that's crazy at 13 though.
Like, how'd you come up with if you came from Calgary, then you came to Ottawa, most people would think that your name came from the fact that you were in Tdot, but no, like...
Absolutely 0% has to do with anything Toronto.
Wow. So, like, do you mind explaining that story for people that might not know?
I have a cousin, his name was Big B. They used to call me Big T. Every time, we'd always get mixed up between Big B and Big T for whatever reason. So, one of my homies in school, he just randomly started calling me Tdot. And then everybody just started calling me, because that's when Cardinal came up with the saying of Tdot, you know? Yeah. So then everyone just started calling me Tdot, and it was something I couldn't run from. So when I finally got to a point where I'm like, yo, I got to choose a name, everyone already knew me as Tdot. Like, no one knows me as my real name, my government name. Right. They just know me as Tdot. So I just said, you know what, let me rock with it. And when they ask me about it, it's going to be a story that no one's going to forget, you know?
Right,
that's true.
Because they ain't got nothing to do with the city.
Yeah. I was sure 100%. I was like, I must have had to do something with Toronto or something. Like, okay, same. So take us still through this journey. So you started at 13. Your big break, basically. Yeah. How much money? Do you still remember how much money you made that night?
Oh, so basically we were doing it a few times. We did it throughout the summer. So the first one, I think that first night we made like $80, $100 each. We were like
13 too.
13 just straight balling,
you know. So then I told my mom, and she was like, yo, that's crazy. Because she didn't come to it. She didn't see it. She didn't know. She just let me do my thing. And then as it kept going, it started to get bigger. Like that first one, we made 100. We had maybe like 150 people in there. Then when it got to the point where we had 300, there were so many people that they were breaking tables. They were smashing doors.
Wow.
Like it was crazy, you know, right?
Damn.
Yeah. So that night, we know we made some money. At that point, we went up to $5 by then. And homeboy came to break us off money, and he's like, the repair of this and the repair of that and this and that and da-da-da-da-da. Here you guys go. So he gave me a $60. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I was in front of my house, and he pulled up, and he gave me $60. And I looked at him. I'm like, how you going to give me less now when we had 4 times the amount of people there that we had the first time, and he gave me more the first time. He's like, you know what? Blah, blah, blah. I said, you know what? Don't worry. Don't worry about it. I don't even want it. Keep that.
Deuce.
Then he went back in his pocket, and he's like, you know what? You're right. Forget the 60. I'm going to give you 120. So you were easy enough to flip it just like that. So from then I knew what time it was. I said, you know what? Take your money. I'm done. Get off my thing. All the parties canceled. We stopped from that.
No way. So how did you come back around and do your
After
thing?
that, it was like, yo, basketball kind of came to me, and like I was playing more and more there, getting way better. And then I went to go and play college ball in Kingston.
Oh shit!
So when I was in Kingston,
baller too.
When I was in Kingston, they I didn't know you got paid to play ball. You don't get a lot, it's not no scholarship, but you get money for passing your courses. So I got this extra check. I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do with it? Let me go and spend it on some DJ equipment. I'm bored out here. I don't know nobody in Kingston. Let me just do this. So I bought that, started DJing. My girlfriend at the time, she got a interview for a job. What's crazy is she went for an interview to become a server waitress. And then they started talking about like promotion and music and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, my boyfriend's a DJ. And they're like, oh, word, he's a DJ.
Way.
So it just kind of went left field, and they started like interviewing her about me. Wow. And then she kind of hit me up after the interview like, yo, these guys want to meet you. Can you make it down here? Came down. And obviously me, cocky self, I started talking that trash. I'm like, yo, give me any day of the week, I'll pack it. So they're like, yeah, well, you know, our Friday and Saturday. So I said, I don't want Friday or Saturday. I know you got people here. Give me any day of the week, I'll pack it. So they're like, all right, cool. We'll give you a Thursday. I said, cool. I'm on the ball team. I got the ballers. We went around. We passed out flyers, hollered at the girls. And it was a wrap from there.
It was a wrap.
lined up every single week.
So would you say that's your first big break?
That was the first. Like,
that's in Kingston too.
Kingston, yeah.
Man, and you brought that shit back to Ottawa like it was none.
Yeah, so I was kind of killing it over there, and then me and Pat, we always been homeboys, and we always kind of like. He was doing his thing here while I was in Kingston.
And who's Pat for those that
DJ Pack.
Okay, DJ Pack. Okay, cool.
So he basically was telling me like, come back to Ottawa. I'm gonna put you on. Like, I got this, I got that. And I was like, not yet. I got my own thing over here. I got my own thing. And then we finally just kind of linked up after I came back. I moved back here. I linked up with a few other DJs and started some stuff. But I linked up with him and we started, and that's when Cancun kind of came in. And we started going to Cancun for what, like, he was already going to Cancun for like 5 or 6 years at that time. But then I jumped on, and I just went on a trip as like me and my 2 homeboys from Kingston. We were like, yo, let's go spring break. Let's just see what it's like. And we were there, and then one of the guys was like, yo, Akon can't come out. He's an hour and a half late. You mind holding this down?
Wow. How you... you know what? I'm gonna have to stop the flex right now. The flex is done.
God damn.
Okay, see, for those, even for the new people on the internet that might not know who Akon is, and I hope that you do, please tell me that you do know who Akon is. Like, Akon is like a pioneer in terms of music, and we've seen what he's done in Africa and everything like that. So, would you please explain to me? Like, I've seen on the internet, all over the internet, the Lil Yachty talk. You know how people like need to know their history in terms of music and stuff like that. In terms of DJing, do you think that that's important? If you do, can you name a couple of your inspiration in terms of DJing?
100%. Knowing your history about anything, like you should know what you're getting into before you get into it.
Right.
So if you're really going to be about this and even come out of your pocket to say an opinion on 2 rappers, you should know what rap is about.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So even if you didn't like the old stuff, you should still know what it's about. Same way, the new stuff, if you don't like it, you still listen to it because it is what it is. This is where we're at, right?
Exactly.
But me, my inspirations, they're more like local, like Scott Boogie. He was my guy.
Oh, wow.
He was the guy who kind of started Hot 89.9, was there when it started Hot 89.9. And he was the one that kind of showed me. He didn't really even show me much. He just let me rock with him. He'd just say, I'm DJing here, come. And I'd just sit there and I'd watch. I would sometimes ask questions, but just watch. More so take in exactly what he's doing and see, okay, I like that. I did, okay, that's how you do that. So as far as him, and then my number one DJ, and I think is the best DJ on the planet, is starting from scratch. Like, there's nobody else that I know that has a library in his brain like that other than me.
Because,
like,
I mean,
on
in
the
terms
fly,
of,
on the fly, music-wise, he is the fastest. And he's the guy.
Because in terms of DJing, like, if you want to have the best set as possible, and I'm just talking from seeing people DJ at clubs and stuff like that, like, if you want to have the best set possible, you want diversity in your mix, you know what I mean? And from going to people, which we will go back to that in a couple of minutes, from going to people, you know what I mean? I've seen you DJ from the 90s oldies and all the way straight to, like, the Caribbean bangers and then the hip-hop songs, you know what I mean? So, like, man, I thought to myself, for sure, this guy is, the knowledge in terms of music is highly, you know what I mean? Like, if you had to rate an era, you know what I mean? We have a lot of talk around that. If you have to rate an era in terms of music, which, like, brought energy to you.
Okay. Can I break down eras?
Of course, 100%.
So, like,
bro, put us on game, please.
Yo, honestly, if I was to break it down, I'd say between 1995 and 2005. By far the best.
Why so?
Just the production changed and the style of music changed. It wasn't so much street, and it started to get more commercial, and most of the less watered down commercial hip hop tracks are between 2000 and 2005.
Okay. And like,
and that's the 50, that's the Ja Rule, that's the everybody that's important in hip hop. That's their era right there.
That's when it started.
Because I remember back in the day too, like back when 50 or the new Hot 9 just started and everything, and they were putting like the old school 50, Eminem and all that. I was like, whoa, like those are the tracks I'll go sleep at night. I'll be like, yo, these are bagger tracks, you know?
I'm not gonna lie, like listening to 50, I remember wanting so bad to be in that clubbing era. You know what I mean? I remember being like 7 hearing 50 and not really realizing anything, and then being like 17, 18, 19 and being like, yo, I wish I could be clubbing in those. You seen the videos and the mad niggas catching bubbles and everything in the club in the videos? I was like, damn, nobody does that anymore, man. Nobody does that anymore.
They censor everything now.
Exactly, yeah. So for people that might not know, you know what I mean? Like, what are some of the projects that you've worked on in the city? Like, because in terms of putting the Ottawa scene on, you've done a lot, whether it's from people, whether it's from, like you said, the all age parties and stuff like that. And I don't want to take it away from you, but if you don't mind explaining us, the viewers, and what are some of the things you've done?
Honestly, I couldn't. Some of the things, like, I could go on forever. Like I can't really narrow in one or two. I just do it honestly because I'm sick of hearing people from Ottawa saying Ottawa sucks.
Right. Yeah. But that's exactly why the show is so important, man. That's exactly why the show is so important, because we have talented people that do music, people that mix music, people that blend music. We have engineers, we have studios, we have clubs, and still
not even just music, everything.
People from Ottawa talk about going to Toronto, like.
You know what the thing is like, honestly, it's where you're from, you get bored of, because you've done everything. You've seen everything. You think you know everything.
Exactly.
Like, everybody here thinks they've seen every part of Ottawa. But I bet you if you blind someone, fold them, and take them somewhere, be like, yo, where we at? They won't know.
Exactly.
Because they don't really know the city like that. Like, Ottawa is a beautiful place. Like, when people come from New York or they come from Toronto or they come from Montreal and they visit here, and you take them out on a Friday and Saturday, and you give them that Ottawa experience, they're like, yo, this can go on. Yeah. Same way we go to Toronto, we're like, yo, this can go on.
Exactly.
But it's because you don't live there, right? Like, people I know from Toronto, they tell me the same thing. Yo, don't think it's like that over here. Like, don't think it's all glitter and lights like everyone says, you know? We still hate it the same way like you guys hate
in Toronto.
Yeah, it's just because there's circles. I think Ottawa's just a big, small circle. Toronto just has multiple bigger circles. Exactly. Yeah, right. So as soon as you're in a circle, you know just as many people. Exactly. So it'll still feel closed the same way you feel it here.
Right. Man.
But you just gotta get out of the box and just shake that and just say, nah. That's true. You know?
That's, man, like, wow. So, like, you've worked at People, right? Like, how did the collab with People come about? Because, like, a lot of people see you mix there. A lot of people even see you like DJ and hype the crowd up and stuff like that, but they might not know the process that it took you to get there. And I'm sure that it was a grind, just even to start the show. It was like one of the most hardest thing to do, you know, I mean, just to get everything together. So, like, if you don't mind explaining us and the viewers, like, man, like,
you know, People was tough, man. People came from a lot of decisions, like, just going back further than that. Like, when we were doing events, we finally got to the point where we didn't have any club to do our style of events, like hip hop and soca and reggae and stuff like that, right? So we were just kind of sitting there, and we were at another location that was further outside from downtown. And one of my boys just hit me and said, I have a venue. Can you do it? Can you make it work in the downtown? And I was afraid because this, like, hip hop and stuff, never really got into the downtown market yet. It was always on the outside. Been like
mainstream and everything
exactly.
like that.
Yeah, so it's always been top 40 house. So I was kind of like, I don't know what's going to happen. But we kind of did, and in the beginning, the road bumps were crazy. We were labeled, oh, that's the black club. Oh, I don't go there. That's going to happen, or this and that. And I just told everybody, yo, don't let them shake it. Let them. We're going to win with this music because you can't deny it. Everybody and their mama listens to hip-hop. Everybody. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter who you pick out. Right. They got some song that we play every single Friday and Saturday that they know. That they going to mess with. Yeah. And it's more of a... Like, any day that you're there, you kind of get different styles of music where you get to choose if you want to turn up or if you want to just chill. You could kick it. You can get lost in the crowd, or you could be the one in the crowd.
Right. And man, like, on behalf of the city, like, people might not know, but for me, this is an emotional moment. You know what I mean? Like, I've worked on this project for me and my team. Actually, we've worked on this project for a really long time. You know what I mean? For it to come to pass and to have someone like you, like a mogul, you know what I mean? True. Bro, you've put a club together that I can actually identify to. You know what I mean? Like, I remember being young in grade 12 and, like, people older telling me, like, yo, we're going to People this weekend. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. You know what I mean? I didn't know about the club scene, but, like, you've put a club together, man, that me and my friends can identify to. You know what I mean?
More than a club, man. You put a scene together.
Bro,
I still remember, like, man, straight up, even just hearing you on the radio all the time, like I remember Battle of the Beats and everything like that. I was like, whoa, like DJ Tdot and see you here. And,
man,
like,
you've done a lot for the city. And further in that, like, you've put a club together that black people can identify. I'm not even scared of saying it. Like, black people can identify to. You might not really realize what you've done, but you've inspired a lot of people, man, to get back into hip hop as big as it was before, especially in Ottawa. So, yeah, I don't know. My co-host was talking about the Hot 89.9 collab and the way that you got into there. So, would you mind explaining how that got about?
Oh, into how I got to Hot 89.9?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so I was in Cancun, and someone I used to work with a lot. Mm-hmm. He was on the radio station already, and he got a message me being like, "Hey, they just got rid of their week DJ. During the week DJ."
Oh, okay.
I was like, whoa, shots.
Put him on blast.
So they got rid of him, and basically they're like, they're hiring someone, and do you want to do it? So I got mad hype, and I was right beside Pat. I'm like, yo, they just hit me saying try out for Hot, and then we kind of brainstormed. He's like, yo, they kind of hit me too, and we're like, yo, we already do school dances and proms and this party and that party together. While we try and rock it together, we could probably guarantee it that way. So we pitched it to them. They liked us. They put us on. They said, okay, let's try it out.
That's dope.
And then we went from 2 days, Monday, Tuesday. Then they got rid of their Thursday, Friday, their Wednesday, Thursday person, gave us Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Damn.
Then they got rid of their Friday person, gave us Friday.
They were like, yo, just do it all.
Slow takeover.
Wow.
Man, like, yo, it's not the first time during your interview that you bring up Cancun. Like, would you mind explaining because that seemed like it was a pivotal event for you in your life, you know what I mean? Like,
Cancun was definitely the point where I stopped doing everything else. Like, I was in school, I was going to school, I was playing ball, I was trying to do the whole, what you're made for, you know,
right.
what you're supposed to do. And then I went to Cancun, and literally, like I was saying before, that Akon thing, they were like, Akon can't show up. He's late, he's on another flight, he's going to be an hour late. We got to keep these people here. Do you mind going on the mic and just hyping it up?
Damn.
Like, you guys realize there's 6,000 people in this building, right? I'm like, yeah, don't watch that. Like, all right, went, murdered that.
Damn.
And then homeboy was just like, yo, you mind staying 2 days? I got Fat Joe on, Saturday. I'm like, I'm with my boys. And he's like, all right, don't worry. I'll switch all y'all flights. I got you and put you in a hotel.
Damn.
So he switched us over. We stayed 2 days, did that. Then he's like, yo, I got parties this whole month. You want to stay? And I was like, all right. So at this point, I could go back to school, or I could take this shot that this man's giving me.
Yeah, just to make real money.
And then my homie was like, man, I ain't even want to be in school anyway. So we did that.
Yo, fuck.
And we was out.
Damn.
So we stayed there for about 3.5 weeks and just did parties every single day.
That's dope.
Either DJing or hosting it, promoting it, doing whatever, just dealing with that. So
Shit, that's dope.
And then I did that for 4 to 5 years. I did Cancun for 4 years, and then
4 years in Cancun.
Yeah, not like going back and forth, but like 4 straight spring breaks.
Okay.
Yeah, like the MTV Real World.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really look like magnifying look, you can see me. Like I'm there.
That's actually dope. Yo, we're gonna find this guy. What?
Like,
I need to look for that show.
Like, I'm in there. Because DJ Pack, he's on there. He's on the show.
Yeah.
So I was there the whole time. I was just I'm not a camera guy, so I kind of just stayed away from that.
And how did that impact your whole life? You know what I mean? Like,
yo,
we're not telling people to not go to university.
Yeah, go to school.
No, 100%. I went. Fast forward. I went back to school.
Okay.
I got my paper. I made my.
He's an educated nigga. He's educated.
Psychology 1501. You're good. No, but yeah, like, how was that for you and your family to just like choose? You know what I mean? Well, for you more personally to say, like, you know what, school, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to do what I need to do to get my paper up. And how did you introduce your whole family into that idea? Because I know that Caribbean families are not with that at all. Like, they're not playing that.
I don't even remember if I told my mom when I did it. I just kind of did it.
And she saw what happened.
And just was like, yo, I'll be back kind of thing, you know? And then I just told her, like, School ain't going nowhere. The buildings don't move. They're there for a reason. The teacher's gonna be there.
Yeah.
The curriculum gonna be the same. But this shot right here, he might not ask me next week. He might not ask me tomorrow. So I either take it or not. School, I could come back. So I said, screw it. I'm staying. I'm taking it.
Right, man. And like, in terms of like everything that you've done, like worked for Fat Joe, you've worked for Hottie 99. You know what I mean? Like for my generation, the things that stapled you in the city is definitely people. You know what I mean? So I've seen that you've worked with a group called Breakout Squad. Yeah. And these guys are killing it. Yo, shout out Harley. Harley, you're killing it right now.
What up, Waze?
You're killing it right now. So, like, how did you guys just, like, got together and just, like, put all that together? How did that happen?
Yo, Breakout Squad was actually built on, like, a lot of anger, to be honest. Like, we were just screwed. We were just pissed on getting screwed over by other people, like people we work with. Just throwing a party and not getting what we were worth, or doing the party and knowing that it's all you. Or, you know, just a lot of hate was coming from one side. So we say, you know what, screw it. We want to be out of that. We don't want no BS. No straight up, no BS. And that's what it stands for, no BS. So that's what Breakout Squad is no Breakout Squad, so no BS. That's it.
That's dope.
And then as we went, we just started as DJs, and then it went to, let's get a promoter to help us so we can do the DJing thing harder. Right. And they were like, oh, now we need another promoter, now we need another host, now we needed this, now we needed that, and now we just like Rockefeller.
But you just kept expanding, right, man. And like, I might be a fiend on that question, but I'm a music geek myself too. You know what I mean? You were saying that you have a music library inside of your head.
Yeah, straight up. We're gonna test that right now.
And what are some of your favorite music to scratch to and blend to?
My favorite music to scratch to and blend to is obviously anything old school hip hop.
Right.
Like anything old school.
Right.
Straight up.
Like I do this dope party on Sundays once a month at Rewind at City.
Yeah.
I got this one coming at the end of May 28th.
We're definitely gonna have to pull up. Definitely gonna have to pull up.
Night, yeah, it's all old school.
Nice. So is that what you listen to? Like
yo, me, I listen to everything because like if I do a new mixtape, I'll listen to my own stuff, right?
Okay.
But like I get sick of music. I don't listen to full songs unless it's really like a masterpiece. Like me and my homie were having a discussion a little while ago about like how Drake is the new guy, right? Like everyone says he's the new Jay-Z, he's the new this, he's the new that. Kendrick? I don't even think they're both in any lane as Jay-Z.
Right.
For the fact of, if I could ask you this, I'm going to ask y'all a question for once.
For sure, go.
What are Drake's hits that'll be known in 10 years?
He has none. Drake has none.
What are Kendrick's? Yeah, what is his hit?
Kendrick?
Like when you say 50, you go in the club, right?
Yeah.
So when you say Drake, what is that? So what have we got yet?
I say Marvin's Room, maybe.
No shot.
No, you don't think so?
Back to back.
But are you gonna base a career off a diss track? That was my argument. It's a diss track, so that's why it gave him that hunger. But are you gonna base it off of that? Because we don't base Ether or any of the Jay-Z and Nas. Because if you're gonna base it off Jay-Z and Nas, that Ether is fire. Nas could have won, right? But he really did.
I think the Control verse is definitely one of the songs to be in that
history. I'm talking about history.
Control verse,
but that's not a
history. That's gonna be like, I'm talking right now. If I dropped in the club in this hallway,
cause see,
everybody knows.
Yeah, like not verse.
Yeah,
like a
if
full track.
I'm talking about full song.
Yeah,
we might need some
like
time.
Jay-Z, we got H to the you got
Okay,
we could go.
We might need some time, but I'm telling you right now that Damn will surpass. We'll surpass this.
Yo, do you know what we're gonna do with this? Actually, this is the challenge. Like you questioned us, so we're gonna ask you guys too. Honestly, we're gonna put this thing on Facebook and we're gonna see if we can name Drake's history tracks.
Definitely, that's important.
We're gonna do like that. We're gonna see what we can do.
We're gonna need that.
Yeah.
And so you have favorite songs to spin to, blend to. What was your favorite event?
My favorite event ever?
The event that, we're talking about things that surpass the test of time. So, like, what was the event that just for you will, in your book?
No matter what, you'll remember that day for being like, this is the hypest day.
Because you killed it.
Because I killed it?
Yeah. You were the DJ. You have to be the DJ at that event, for sure.
Oh, okay. So, I was hosting, me and Pat were doing in Cancun again with Pitbull. And we were outside. We're outside in this beach party. So, it was like, I don't know what it was, and I don't know what I was on, but I decided to like. There's like these stage lights that go all the way around, kind of go over top on the sides. I kind of climbed that shit, and I was just on the type hyping up the crowd, just wilding. So that was
that's something I want to do.
That's
something I want to do straight up.
That's not something I would have done, and it was just like, yo, the crowd was just giving me that energy that made me just want to go higher.
Right.
Yo, man, I remember seeing that though, because I remember you posted a video with you. With Pitbull actually talking to you and giving a shout out and everything. And that got me wondering. I was like, yo, what was it like straight up partying with Pitbull? Because I feel like that's one guy, like, he's one crazy nigga.
He looks like he's wild.
Yeah, he looks like a wild
really
guy.
Dope. He's dope. He's a quiet guy, but he's more like like if there's anyone that was super dope meeting them, it's definitely Snoop Dogg. When I met Snoop, like, he
came to Ottawa a couple of times.
That means if you met Snoop, that means like, anything else happened with Snoop? You just kicked it with Snoop?
Nah, I actually kicked it with Sean Paul.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yo, why is he flexing on us like that? Why is he flexing on us like that?
Straight up. Damn, that's crazy.
Okay, so as long as your resume is, what's the worst night that you've had? Like, some of the nights, they're going to be in your catalog, and you're going to have to own up to them. What was one of those nights where you're like, you know what? If I could have went back on signing that contract, I would have not signed it.
Yo, there was one time they sent me out to Quebec City. No, it wasn't Quebec City. Mont Tremblant, actually. I had to do this party, and it was just in the worst setup. Like, they had the rooms that they were DJing in, like the foyer they had you come in is the room they should have had you DJ in. Like, just the setup was terrible. So, like, you were in, like, a hallway. So people would kind of come in and didn't know what they were supposed to do, dance or stand or whatnot.
Damn.
So it was just kind of like, yo, I'm going to just play to get paid at this point. Yeah. You had to walk 10 minutes to get to the party instead of being like in the party when, you know what I mean? So it was like, it was just stupid. So trying to get people to there, and then they had multiple rooms, but the rooms didn't have the sound for the room. It was just bad news.
Yeah, you walk there and you're already like kind of tired of everything.
10-minute walk just to get to the turn up.
It sucks when you're there. Like, yo, me, I DJ because I love music. Like, I just like the hype, and it just takes me to a different place where I don't even see the crowd. Like, I'm in there by myself. Me, the turntables, and the mixer. Right. So the fact that, like, I'm there now, and it's like, no one's in here, or they're in here, or they don't know what to do, and I'm trying, and it's like, yo, this is too much work when it should just be effortless, you know? Right. And I still had the party rocking, but, like, there was 1,200 people in there. If I had the other ones inside, you know, like the other six, it would have been crazy. Right. But because you guys screwed it up, you made it harder for me.
Right.
That's yo, talking about your love of music, bro, honestly, we're going to test that out. Okay? We're going to test this out. Okay?
I better get this right, man. I'm trying to go on that TV show.
So I have a couple of tracks. We'll play them out, and then as soon as you know it, take your time. We'll let you go, all right? So this is the first one.
Oh, get down on it?
Yeah.
It literally just started.
It just started. He was like, boom, I got you straight up. All right, let's get another one. That was a dope track, too. All right, this one might be...
He doesn't know that.
This one might be a little hard.
No, he doesn't know that.
It might be a little hard. We'll see.
He doesn't know that. 100%.
All right, so it's
Oh, this is Kendrick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Say a word.
The jig is up.
That was the jig is up.
The jig is up.
That's an old. To be fair, that was an old track. That was an old track.
We wanted to test it. You know, we want to see how far we get. This one, you said you're into old school tracks, so I was like, I had to get this one. You know.
Can't touch this.
What's the name of it though? What's the name of the song?
I Can't Touch This.
Can't touch this. Oh, you can't touch this.
Big James, Super Freak.
What?
Super freak. I'm super freak.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
See, I think you have to
wait.
It's
the beginning. I have to wait.
Yeah, super freak. I love that. All right, okay, so we'll go with this one. Yes.
So yeah, same beat, same difference.
Yeah, see, that's the one thing that messes
Wasn't it a sample anyways? Like,
I think so.
They're all samples. Yeah. If I waited, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
All right, so this one.
You gotta have it queued up at the point. That's you, man. That's you, bro.
All right, let's get this. Okay, let's get this one.
It's Kanye. What is it? Good morning.
Nah.
I'm coming home again.
Oh yeah.
Homecoming.
Yeah.
Woo! Do you think about me now and then? I love it.
Shit, the vocals.
Woo. They don't know. All right, let's see. Get this one right here.
Poker face.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Face. All right.
And the last
The
song.
last one right here. It's a little new.
That's a bit newer.
Yeah.
This is an XO Twirler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You passed the
Yeah,
test.
yo,
You
he
passed the
knows his
test.
shit.
You passed the test.
New as shit.
All right, man. So
I'm just saying to everyone out there.
yeah.
Yo, this guy knows his music.
Telling you, man, I need to go on that show, dog.
Yo, he knows his music.
Yeah, so like you were talking about sneakers earlier, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was before the camera started rolling or whatever, but man, like you seem to be a crazy sneakerhead. Just can we get the camera on the shoes?
Straight up.
A little bit.
So man, like, are you a crazy sneakerhead? Is that part of your resume?
I mean, a little bit. One thing about sneakers is like, growing up, I used to go to New York a lot when I was younger, and I used to see how all the kids there, they treat their sneakers a different way.
Candle Street,
Like,
man.
because they used to get it, and that's all you got. Like, you
Right.
didn't know if you got a next one, so that was the shoe. So it's got to look like that shoe every day.
Mm-hmm.
So me, I used to be one of them young boys kicking balls, whatever. Then I started to see the shoe game and, like, see the kids it didn't have to be a good shoe.
Mm-hmm.
It just had to be the shoe that you showed respect to.
Right.
And I was like, yo, that's what I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing that, and I just started buying kicks. And me, I got big feet, so it's hard for me to find shoes. So when I find them, I buy them. That's kind of how it goes.
Okay.
So then, I don't know, I just started going from 1J to 2J to 3J
To how many? You said the one,
we need that number. Wait, please finish
That
that.
is being looked. He's being
Finish
looked.
counting.
1 to 2 to 3 to how many, please, and thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know, I got like over 70 pairs.
Nice. Like, yo.
Nah, all right.
Wow. But apparently it's not just the shoe game though. Like straight up, apparently, you're pretty hype on the hat wear as well too.
Yeah, I mean, hats and shoes were my thing. Like, that's always been my thing.
So
Gear, period. I like clothing. I like fashion. I like buying stuff.
So what? Like, who's your company? Because I know like mine's Stussy. I have like
Me,
Brixton as well.
New Era.
Yeah.
It's all New Era. And Brixton. Like me now,
Brixton's my
nice.
shit.
I wear the
is
top
nice.
hats now. So
Right.
Okay, you wear top
yeah,
hats?
I'm wearing the top hats.
That's
So
dope.
I'm on that suave joint now.
I'm gonna have to
Straight
start
up.
getting on that too.
Yeah.
But man, like
When it comes to that game, nobody. I'm telling you, nobody
one
in
does.
the
The
city
top
got my
hats?
hat game. Top hats, I got like 13, 14
We're
different
gonna have to
colors.
see these. We're gonna have to
I
see
know,
I'm
these.
gonna have to come for an internship. Real quick. You might have to show me. But man, let's get back to the music real quick. You're a DJ. You kind of have a pulse on the scene in Ottawa and stuff like that. So how do you feel about the OT scene? And like, if ever there's something that's lacking, what do you feel like should be part of the scene for it to grow as big as it could be?
I think people need to be a bit more calculated than they've been so far.
Yeah.
What do you mean
I
by
feel when I say that, I mean like it was once cool when there was no internet and no way of getting music out and getting it to people to just when you make a track to drop it the next day or to say, yo, this is my song. But we're at the point where you can be calculated and know exactly how you're going to drop it, when you're going to drop it, what you're going to do, who you're going to promote it to, and how it's going to go out. So then you should figure out all of those and then drop the song.
Yeah.
So that when you drop it, it's not like, okay, cool, you dropped that song in October of 2016. It's May.
Like it's
What's
random.
up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to build a career on that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how, even if you want to go back to Drake had Replacement Girl with Trey Songz was his first joint.
And it was
doo-doo butter.
Yeah.
But at least he had other projects with that to come out and say, like, yo, this is the best one of my project, but it's not just, here's my one song. Because if you come out with one and it's cool, then what? Like, that's when you start to try and push your creative juice is more to stay on your lane because you've built something than to do what you were doing in the first place is the music, right?
Right. Man, and just a small question because we're Hennessy drinking, jokes making, you know what I mean? Crazy guys, you know what I mean? I need just a small questions for the ladies out here, man. You know what I mean? Are you booed up? Is DJ T? I'm about to fuck your whole game up. Are you booed up? Is DJ Tdot booed up?
Nah.
You heard that.
So perfect. So next time we go to people, you know, I just set you up to have all the girls in the club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna need that free entry real quick.
Nah. Don't come bug me. I'm not gonna say nothing to y'all. I'm not gonna go. Don't do that. Don't do that.
So man, like I said, I appreciate you again for coming, man.
G.
Real talk.
Pleasure having you.
Do not know how much that means to us.
Yo,
and,
thanks for having me. Yo, this right
blessings,
here,
bro.
this is the stuff that I like to see. Honestly, like
Man.
we try to do things to help the city, and this is some stuff that's helping the city.
Exactly.
So thank you for taking it up,
Yo,
spending your
respect,
time and doing your
respect,
thing,
man.
for doing this, and
Respect,
thanks for
man.
having me,
Yeah.
man.
So if you don't mind, just naming your social ad media to the camera real quick.
Okay, yo. So you can add me on Twitter at I love DJ Tdot, on Instagram at DJ Tdot, on everything else at DJ Tdot.
Yeah.
And Ottawa, you've been sipping to the script.
Stay blessed.
Yes.